Despite doubt about its authenticity, we showed the film to some of the witnesses that we originally interviewed about the Roswell incident.
The symbols are vaguely consistent with my memory, since I can't be absolutely sure though, but they certainly could be consistent with what I saw. The differences would be the size and the fact that the ones I saw were not raised above the level of the beam.
I'm trying to count the fingers in there. That's six. I don't recall 6 fingers, though. I don't know. It could. I won't swear to it, John. I don't recall those 6 fingers, though. To be honest with you, it doesn't look too close to the Roswell incident. I can say that much.
Dr. Ian West is one of Britain's leading forensic pathologists. He is frequently called upon by Scotland Yard in murder investigations.
The blood pattern is unusual. You don't normally get, that incision has been open for some time now. We've got 4 little trails running from it. Although we have a number of quite distinct linear trails, dark trails, which look like blood trails, they're not of the nature that I would expect to see at post-mortem. I would see some more smearing, some more irregularity in the blood loss from the margins of the incision. One has seen one distinctive organ removed from the upper central abdominal region. It's of the size of a liver, but it's not of the liver shape, and it's not in the liver position. I've seen no intestines that I can distinguish. I can't distinguish the thoracic organs. It certainly doesn't resemble, from what one can see here, any human remains that I've ever seen. There's just no evidence to say this is definitely nothing on the film which makes me say this is definitely a hoax. My feeling is that probably about 98% feeling is that this is probably a man-made hoax. I have, as I say, a 2% area where I don't know.
In my opinion, I think it's a special effect. It's man-made. It's a good special effect. It's not going to be a cheap item. It's going to be, a few $100,000 probably. It's difficult to say when something like that could have been made. Certainly in the 60s they were doing things at Hammer, which were very similar. I would guess that it was not before the 60s, but sort of mid-60s I would think would be the earliest it could be. I don't think anyone could be certain that it's a special effect. I mean, it's how do I know what the inside of aliens look like? No one knows. I know what the inside of foam rubber and polyurethane foam looks like, and it looks very similar.
Many people who are deeply suspicious about the film think that you could be behind the hoax yourself. What have you got to say to that?
I'll still go back to what I said before. If someone, even if it was our company, wanted to hoax a piece of footage, why not do the job properly? Why not create something that really looks like an alien creature? Why come up with something where you've got these unnecessary hurdles of saying, well, is it human or is it not human? And in answer to your question, we didn't hoax it.
Are you sure?
Absolutely sure. 100% sure. I mean,
As of this moment, there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the film is either genuine or a hoax. Establishing its authenticity is critical if the Roswell mystery is to be solved. One vital step would be to have the film chemically analyzed by a photographic laboratory.
Are you going to provide proper film extract which can be properly tested by Kodak, which has proper images on it?
I'll provide you with a film. I'll provide you with what I can, which will be a film with image. And the only way that I can do that is by securing some film from the collector that bought the first autopsy, which is currently en route to us.
So far, no suitable film extract has been provided for laboratory tests to determine the year of exposure and processing, but we continue to press for it. In Washington, the search for tangible evidence of what happened at Roswell has continued on a different front.
The issue is providing to the public whatever records may still exist, if any, and there may not be any, but if any on the Roswell incident, so people can make their own determination. That is the mission that I discussed with the General Accounting Office.
The General Accounting Office is a powerful body which oversees government operations. They have been investigating government agencies to determine if there are any official records of the Roswell incident. In July this year, the GAO reported that the Air Force had destroyed their records relating to Roswell. But one man who would know if Roswell ever figured in secret files is Frederick Durant. In 1952, he investigated the whole question of flying saucers for the CIA.
If there had happened in 47, we would have known about it in 52 or 53 when I was involved. And I truly believe that we had the best information available in the intelligence community, including the White House and the National Security Council. And the investigation would certainly have, in fact, it was not even considered in the Blue Book because it was meteorological balloon wreckage.
But you are absolutely convinced that what you have told us what you saw and that is 100% accurate?
I am absolutely 101,000%. It's the truth.
The whole truth, nothing but the truth?
That's right. As Ripley would say, believe it or not.
For nearly 50 years, the Roswell incident has defied all attempts at rational explanation. In the absence of any physical evidence, it all comes down to a question of faith. Roswell has become one of the most interesting of all UFO mysteries. In the course of our investigation, we have encountered a wilderness of fact and fantasy, where credible witnesses with apparent sincerity tell of incredible tales, and incredible characters who make outlandish claims that cast grave doubt on their own rationality. But could so many ordinary people from the rural heartland of America be lying or afflicted by a false memory syndrome that leads to such similar accounts of the same story?
Basically, I think you'll find that the people who are telling you these stories are very ordinary Americans.
I know it happened. I know it was real. The threats were real.
I think that they're covered up some, and I think they should tell the truth to the public now.
Today, the Roswell incident remains shrouded in mystery. The Air Force insists that there are simply no secrets to conceal. Yet in a final twist, a source close to the Pentagon informed us that secret documents have now come to light, and that in the next few months, a new report will explain the mysterious accounts of strange bodies. It is just possible that the riddle of the Roswell incident may yet turn out to be a cosmic Watergate.
General Ramey describes the object as being of flimsy construction, almost like a box type. He says that it was so battered that he was unable to determine whether it had a disc form, and he does not indicate its size. Ramey says that so far as can be determined, no one saw the object in the air, and he describes it as being made of some sort of tinfoil. Other Army officials say that further information